Yeah.
Yeah, so my routine's sort of all over the shop a little bit.
All right.
But I did a meditation this morning, and it's fine now. I feel a bit more settled.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it, that when we don't do our meditations and when we don't do our mindset work, we're pulled in so many different directions, and it doesn't matter where you are. I know that Suzanne is house sitting at the moment, so and I'm moving out of my house, funnily enough, for the summer. We're just saying to that, so sometimes when you're not in your own place, you can be pulled a bit, but sometimes it's a real relief not to be in your own place. Even though I've got to clean everything, it's actually a real relief when I'm not in my own place, because it's a bit of a change. And Zoe, you've travelled kind of thing. Is like, right, okay, just change your perception on it a little bit. But I know I didn't do my mindset work over the weekend because I was so all over the place, and I didn't do my meditation. I was like, do you know what? In the afternoon, I said, I absolutely have to go and do something because I had such a splitting headache. And I knew why. I hadn't actually taken any care of myself, and my body was just kind of saying, enough of this, you're trying to do too much. So that will always throw us a curveball.
Yeah, and you get sort of sometimes from the moment you get up as well, you just get sucked into stuff, unless you sort of take control from the minute that you wake up. It's so easy to just get doing stuff.
Well, we've talked about boundaries before, and so Zoe, you know what I'm going to say about this, but basically those are how we set our internal boundaries. And that's how we find out who we are and where we sit and how we feel. And if we haven't done that, we are feeling other people's energy, and we are then so susceptible to being pulled from pillar to post. And I call it the spread very thin, because I'm trying to do so much for everybody else that I get spread very thin. My mind just becomes like a chaotic, got to do this, got to do that, got to do the other. So bringing myself back into my body really, really works. Suzanne, how was your weekend?
Yeah, it was good. I'm doing really much better. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased to just be eating healthily again. Oh, what a relief, because it's been so long. And it seems to have been quite easy for me because I understand exactly what you're talking about. And I've just never heard it the way you put it before. And I haven't been 100%, and I haven't really been, on the exact detox, and I have had some red wine, but I've had loads of fruit and vegetables, and really working on feeling secure and sort of self-nurturing, and so that's going well. Yeah, and although I'm house sitting, and I do have things going on, but I'm trying to remain quite undistracted, so there are not too many interruptions. What I am struggling with a little bit is the format of the program. So I'm a bit confused by all of the different pieces and all over the place. I wondered whether, when I've got a folder and I'm collecting them, would it not be easier if just all the downloads were just put on the files on Facebook rather than sending them email? It's quite tricky just to keep track of everything.
All right, because I'm looking in the email and because you're looking in the Facebook group. I couldn't get some of the audio in the Facebook group, so I had to email that one. I'll put as much as I can in the Facebook group. I realised that you didn't get your copy of the Culture Club. The second email didn't go because it was too big. So I've put that in the group today. And what I'll do is I'll put as much as I can in the group so that it's actually there. I understand that.
Look, I think maybe for your program, if you're doing this regularly, you might have it more sort of like week 1, week 2, and all the documents in that sort of order. I don't know, or we introduce them on Facebook in sorry, me, I'm misorder, Woodley.
So work on that.
Yeah.
Control.
Yes.
No, yes. You're right. I sometimes kind of, I know exactly what I've got to put in the program, but sometimes it kind of shifts itself a little bit, and sometimes things come in before the other stuff. and being very regimented. That's fine. I can work on that. So good point. Good point. I can sort of, I'm more intuitive in the way I'm kind of being led by it. But yeah, if there's a formula to follow, then okay, fine. I kind of rebel against formula.
Okay.
How are you doing, Suzanne? How are you doing, Suzanne, about your getting into your safe place? How's that working for you?
Yeah, I feel quite connected to, I'm very sort of in touch with myself from very little. I seem to be at the moment more than I've ever been before, like constant, I see she needs constant reassurance and comforting and hand-holding, and which I've never had any of in my life from anyone. I'm the most independent, self-sufficient person I know. And, just because I've had to be. And I mean, I see that that's what I'm like desperate for. And in all, just like telling the little girl that, hey, you can do this, it's okay, everything's fine. So yeah, no, I think it's going quite well. It's just quite a lot of things that we need to be focusing on. So I'm just focusing on what's naturally coming up.
Yeah, exactly. There is an awful lot to sort of be put in, because we're talking about the 4 different elements to sort of helping you with your weight loss that most people don't ever really put in there. People only ever talk about the food stuff. That we've talked about that. But there are obviously these other issues. If you want to go a little bit deeper and kind of uncover them, then just be aware, be more and more and more aware of what's going on for you and what it's bringing up, and see if you can name it. And sometimes when it's just a feeling, it's just a feeling, and we don't really know where it comes from. And because the program's all about feeling, I give you all the tools as soon as I can, give you a lot of the tools in the first couple of 3 weeks. And then it's more to do with doing the practice. It's more to do with doing the mindset, and it's more to do with the emotional stuff, and it's more to do with the visionary stuff. Remembering the vision of the girl and the red skirt, and remembering that vision, but it's feeling it. It's feeling back into what you felt like so fabulous when you were her. That is going to bring in for you the energy of her, and that will metamorphose your body in a different way than trying to force it with food. And when you're in that energy, I'll stop in a minute. When you're in that energy, you crave the food that helps you create that body as well.
Well, bizarrely, I was walking down the road on the Hampstead High Street, and in one of these shishi boutiques, there was this mannequin with the red mini skirt and the white high-necked, ruffle-necked top. It was almost comical that it was exactly the same outfit.
I'm sure there's no coincidence in that at all. Anybody who's worked with me or speaks with me regularly will kind of go, well, Jesus, yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Here I am. I know I've spoken to Zoe in the past on different things, and she's kind of like, I was watching something and I saw myself in this advert. She saw a vision of herself, of how, you remember that? And of how you...
I remember, yeah. It was a presentation of this marketing course I was doing, and one of the slides, and it had a picture of a crowd, and just this one girl sort of had a hand in her hair, and I thought, oh my God, that's me. It just looked like me. And I just got these chills, and I was like, and I had to do like a screenshot, and I've used it as my vision board. It was like, that's the best version of me. It's so hard to describe it, but it was like you seen a photo, oh, that's me. And I think I contacted you quite quickly after that feed. I was like, is this me? Does this look like me? Because you always need, mentally, you need like that.
You need verification, don't you?
Validation, don't you? But my whole body was like, and it's in the centre of my vision board now.
Oh, I want to see it. I'll put the picture. I took a photograph of the outfit. I don't actually like it very much, but the shape of the mannequin looks good.
Maybe it's a symbol of it, the symbolism of it.
But it's just, what we subconsciously concentrate on, it starts coming in. You start getting signs of it, and it starts coming in. So you're beginning to get evidence So we talk about evidence, we talk about setting the mindset, we talk about making the vision, the energetic vision. And what you are starting to get is the evidence of that. So Zoe, when you saw your picture in the marketing course of yourself, and it may give you the chills, and makes you take a double look, it's the evidence, and it's saying this is what's possible for you.
Right, great. Yeah, I like it.
We've also got Marilise with us. Marilise, are you going to say hello?
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go now. My parents have come back, so
no worries.
Invaded. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Zoe.
Oh, hey, sorry, I was just listening. So.
You're listening. Are you going to say hello and tell us what's going on? I know we've got a call tomorrow.
What's that? Oh, yeah, I was going to look on that and see if I can reschedule a time with you. That's not a good time.
All right. Okay, you just let me know. So how are you doing?
I am behind.
Yeah.
So.
Don't worry. Don't worry. When you take the call with me, it'll boost you right up. So when you take the call, you'll understand more of where we're coming from, more what's going on with you, more of why you're behind or what you're avoiding, and those kind of things. It's quite an intuitive call, in that some of those things get ironed out.
That would be great. I just have some household issues going on that have affected that. So yeah. I'll get caught up.
Yeah, you will. But that's what we're here for. We all get kind of caught up in things like I'm kind of clearing my house and moving out of my house and renting it for the summer, and I'm renting studios, and it's just, that's the way I am. I'm always moving and shaking. So things change, and, you get thrown off course a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's knowing who you are while you're being thrown off course, or knowing how to get back to you while you're being thrown off course.
That'd be great. I don't know. I've been thrown into the ditch this last week, so.
Oh, no worries, no worries. What I was going to do with you today, girls, was just a very quick meditation, and it's actually just the same meditation that I sent you in the recording, the email that I did this week.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah. So sorry, before you started, did I ask whether it would be all right to post and ask any of the other people in the group whether they might like to come and join me for that week with you?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I booked my flight to you on the 3rd of September.
Okay.
I haven't booked the return because I'd like to really come for at least 2 weeks.
All right. You let me know. And post it on there, or just invite other people, let people know what you're coming to do. And it's pretty much tailor-made. We follow a kind of a schedule, so you'll have to just bear with me, because we follow a kind of a schedule, the way the routine, the way it goes when people do that kind of detox. And but I also make sure that it's to your liking as well, So like if you go, no, I don't want to go anywhere today, I just want to stay in bed, then it's tailor-made to you.
And the lake looks lovely.
Yes, I'm moving away from the lake this summer, and I'm moving down to the nearer to the beach. I can walk into a little village called Saint-Jean-de-Luz, and I cycle into Saint-Jean-de-Luz. Okay. All right. So if everybody's ready, I'm just going to kind of chill out a little bit and just take us all away from our busy heads, and just 10 or 15 minutes when we actually just get back in touch with our bodies. So the way I do this is I just very gently kind of ask you to make yourself comfortable. Do a couple of deep breaths, and as you're doing those deep breaths, just make sure that you inflate your whole belly. Closing your eyes. You can do a scan of your body, and you can just make sure that your lower legs and your thighs and your hips, they're beginning to relax. Or if they're not relaxed, just notice how they feel. If they're tense or if they're aching. Moving up from your pelvis and your hips up to your lower back, your waist, your rib cage and your chest, up to your shoulders. Just feeling your shoulders and what kind of tension you're holding in your shoulders. down your arms, forearms, and into your hands. Be aware of your neck. Bring the energy up through your neck, around the back of your head, and down through your face. And as you go down through your face, just know that you don't need any expression on your face. Allow your expression to fall. Relax, relax, relax. Relax your eyes in the sockets. Take another deep breath. Relax your jaw and your tongue and your mouth. Be aware of all the activity that's going on in your brain. All the thoughts and all the memories, all the ideas, all the planning, all the scheduling. Make sure that all those thoughts, all those awareness, your consciousness, that you will come back to that later. Make sure that it knows that you will see it and take care of it later. Wrap it up in a bubble. And with a big breath, bring it down through your face. With a big breath, just blow it down so that it rests at the end of your nose. All your conscious awareness and ideas are wrapped up in a bubble. And then another big breath, just blow it down so that it rests just under your chin. And with a final big breath, just allow it to just rest in your chest area. You're consciously aware from your chest, from your heart, from your body. The very centered chakra from your whole body. This is where your awareness is now sitting. Just breathe through that and feel the beating of your heart. Just check in with your stress levels. Just be aware what number comes to your head when I ask you what level out of 10, how stressed you are. And what that feels like in your body. I want you to know what that stress feels like in your body. Allowing yourself to reduce that stress, relax more and more and more. Feel your head empty and all your conscious awareness is actually in your body. You can feel how stressed you are. Relaxing your body. Relaxing your expression on your face. And start creating for yourself a place where you feel most relaxed, most safe. Know that any time that you're stressed, you're having a chemical reaction in your body that is making you store those emotions and store weight and store fat, particularly around the waistline. Just feeling yourself drop into a very relaxed state, into a very safe place that you can start building for yourself, creating it more and more. What senses do you have that you can bring you back of the smell, the taste on the air, what you're touching, what you're feeling? A safe place that resides inside you. There's a feeling that I want you to grab hold of, a feeling of feeling safe. Where does it sit in your body that you can go back to at any time? And when you do that, be aware of how your hands are, if they're together or if they're in a particular hand hold. It helps you come back to this feeling, this safe, relaxed feeling. So when things are going crazy and you're feeling stressed, you know where you want to go back to. This is where you'll start to hear your body whispering to you. This is where you'll start to understand what your body wants and needs and what she's lacking the most. This is why you build up this feeling, this place that you can get in touch with yourself. Just feel your belly relax so that you can listen to the body whispers. Feel the emptiness in your head. Feel the beating of your heart, because that's where all your conscious and awareness is. Just breathing into that and knowing that that is changing you on a molecular structure as you can actually relax further and further. And how you learn to get back into this place faster and faster and deeper and deeper. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And as you open your eyes, you start looking around you and you lose the feeling in your body. The trick is eventually that you can still have your eyes open and you can still be aware of how you feel in your body. You almost give all the power away to the eyes. As soon as you open your eyes, you give the power away to the eyes and the judgments and what you're looking at. And when you close your eyes, you're able to go inside. So the ultimate aim is that you can feel that aware when you've still got your eyes open. And it's a practice. And it's a practice to stay in that energy of yourself, to know how you want to feel. And you start walking around your home. And then you start bringing that out into the outside world, walking down the street. You start walking as that inner self would walk.
Great.
Okay, well, nice to have connected with a couple of you today. And I'll find out what other times kind of suit people. And Mary, just make sure you book another call in, because we're on week 3 and I want to make sure that I can give you what you need so that you can continue with the rest of these weeks on the course, because I think you'll get a lot out of it. So let me know if you're going to change your booking, then that's fine, but then just let me know what else you can do. And I'll make sure it's in my diary. All right.
Thanks.
It's okay. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'm going to get on. And I'm going to wish you a very, very relaxed afternoon, and just practice feeling how it feels to feel safe in your own body.
Thank you, Fiona.
That's all right. Have a lovely afternoon or morning or
Bye.
whatever it is. All right. Bye-bye.